Say hello to the hand. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks again for joining us on SketchUp, and we've got a lineup here for you today with Keith Brady and Phillip Ginn. They'll be talking about talking back, and we have a newcomer to the show, Juliet Norham. She'll be here to showcase her artwork, and we'll get to them as soon as we get back right after this short, brief intro. Hey everybody, thanks again for joining us on SketchUp. We are back after being gone for 2 weeks, so we are happy to be here. Great to see Don Aguilo there. Kenneth, thanks for joining us again. We'll be seeing you guys real soon on the Con Loud lineup, especially Don. Looking forward to seeing you. So we have tonight with us Phillip Ginn, who's not a stranger to the show. He's been here a few times already. He's joining us with his writer, Keith Brady, and they'll be talking about their new campaign that is coming up, so we'll get into that. And a new face on the show, somebody that I just got introduced to not too long ago by a former guest, so we like that to get these referrals. Juliet Norham, did I say your name correctly?
Northam, it's close.
Okay.
You're close. Good enough. Yes, hello.
Northam,
Hello.
Okay, got it. All right.
That's okay. Mel never says
Nancy
my
Don
last name
says,
right.
"Oh man, so many of my favorite people in the same stream." Yeah,
Oh.
Don, we're gonna be missing you.
Don,
at
you're so
Baltimore
sweet.
This year. We'll be there, but hey, we'll put you. We will
up,
put
Don?
you name out there as we usually do. Okay. All right. So, and if you have not yet, hit that follow button so that way you can get updated with all the happenings here on the EXP and our show, SketchUp, every Thursdays at 7 p.m. Along with Don, along with Nick Verrucci's, boy, am I forgetting my, Nick Verrucci's The Original Art Experience every Fridays on 7. All right. So let me talk to Juliet here first before we get to Phillip and Keith. Tell us about yourself, Juliet. Who exactly are you? Where'd you come from?
So I'm Juliet. I'm an artist and illustrator based in Reno. I mainly do like pinups and kind of character like comic book stuff. That's the stuff I like to do. But I went to school. I went to this fancy high school for 4 years. High school, 4 years. Yeah. And I did graphic design, and then after that I went to the University of Nevada, Reno, and I did illustration and painting. But I didn't enjoy that very much, so I just kind of went on my own path and started selling my art, and that seems to work just fine. So.
Okay, how long have you been doing this now?
Well, I've been drawing for forever, but selling it, I just maybe like a year and a half. I've been selling it and stuff, but I got an opportunity with a cover artist. His name is Nathan Zerdy, and he's kind of like what's the word? Like a sensei. And he kind of tells me how to fix my art and stuff, but he was a great way to get my foot in the door with different companies and stuff.
Yeah, and Nathan is well known. Everybody, mostly everybody knows of his work. He's well established in the industry. So you've got a nice little mentor there that's gonna help you along. Nathan is
he's
helped,
cool.
Nathan has helped quite a few people out there, including Anna Zhao, who we just did a panel with at the Fan Expo Chicago, the live version of SketchUp. So we were happy to have her there, and I don't know, maybe one day we'll be able to get Nathan on there too.
Oh, I'm sure he'd love to. You'll have to talk to him. He'd love that. Yeah,
very talkative fellow. So so you haven't been doing that much cons, and you're just pretty much you're a baby on the scene. And
I am.
That's why I haven't heard about you. God, I even forgot the guy that referred me to you.
Was it Seth? Seth Singleton?
Oh, there you go. Yeah. There you go.
Me and Seth were. Oh yeah. Yeah, me and
Yeah, he
Seth
said
were working
hello.
on a project together. He's cool.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, he was telling me about you got to get this girl on your show. So really, I don't know who she is, you know. And then I think you had mentioned that that you knew Don, and you started mentioning like some other names. And said, okay, well, let's check this out. Let's see
Yeah,
what's going on here. Okay,
yeah.
and so for the live art auction that we got going on tonight, what will you be working on?
I'm a little bit into it just because it's a bigger piece and I wanted
Hmm.
to, you know, but I'm doing a Vampirella. She got some bats
Okay. Hmm.
around her. It's hard to see the bats right now, but they're light with the pencil.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's on the 11
Yeah.
by 17.
Yeah, and then I'll also be giving with it an 11 by 17 Witchblade print right here.
Oh my God, she's giving that away.
Yeah.
You're giving that away with the Vampirella.
Yes, this is with the Vampirella. And then if we get the auction up, I'll even do a sketch card while we're here.
Okay, she's throwing it in, guys.
Look
And what
out.
is your starting bid on this deal?
The starting bid's 100. So get in.
$100, guys. Somebody place that bid in quick. You know it ain't gonna last. And he'll probably have a blast at the very end too. You know, it could be a bid
Vampirella.
war
Oh
on that
god.
stuff. Witchblade and
Yes.
Vampirella, that's a combo. Deal of a
Oh
steal.
yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. So now, um, how are you liking it so far being in this industry?
I like it a lot. I've always wanted, I didn't know that art could really be a job for me. I just did it for fun for so long. And then someone noticed it, which was great. But I really enjoy it. I love the people. It's basically just like more friends because, we all get along. There's not many bad apples in the group because everyone cool likes all the cool stuff, you know what I mean? So I'm really enjoying it. I really am. And I got to be here.
Very
Yeah.
good. Spoken like a rookie, but in a good way. And
Thank you.
it is okay. I've been in this industry for a very, very long time. I want to say more than 50 years. And
Oh,
there's been some good times, but I don't remember those as much as I do as the good times. And the amount of friends that I've made through those years, and who continue still to be friends. Um, but Yeah, it is a lot of fun. Have you done any shows?
I go to San Diego every year,
Uh-huh.
but I don't have a booth. I just go and I do like the live eBay and the whatnots and stuff with
Okay.
I do a lot with comic traders. They're like big in
Okay.
Canada.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I do San Diego. I went to MegaCon last year. That was super fun. That was super
Okay.
fun. I do lots of my local ones here because they're fun. I like to see the people. I like to give the commissions out in person and stuff, and it's harder to do
Mhm.
that at the bigger cons.
Yeah, it is kind of hard to do that. So you said you're in Reno, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah. So there's some pretty good cons that if you don't mind traveling a bit, like Philip, Don, and I, we did Oakland earlier this year, which turned out to be a really good show. It was their inaugural show. That might be one that you may want to check out. Las
I'll have to
Vegas,
look.
Amazing Las Vegas Comic Con is another good one. I haven't done it in the last 2 years, and it's not because I didn't want to. It's just scheduling, right? But looking at
You're
the
a busy
schedule so
bee.
far, yeah. So, but looking at the schedule next year, we'll probably be there for that one. And then one of my favorites, which tends to collide with the Amazing Las Vegas show, is Fan Expo Denver. That one's a tougher show to get into, but it's a good show to do. Not too far from where you're at. So there's three recommendations for you. Um,
Okay.
Philip,
Hi,
are you there?
I'm here.
How's that Absolute Wonder Woman coming along?
I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? What?
We'll talk about that later, buddy. uh, What are you working on,
Are you
Phillip?
telling me you want to buy it? Are you the buyer?
Well, the
Mel? Are
idea
you
was
secretly trying
mine, right? We couldn't
I was
establish
gonna do
that
it. I
idea
was gonna
was
do a
mine.
Death Dealer anyway. You just gave me the woman.
And then you pitched it to somebody, and they said they were interested in it. So now I'm waiting.
all right. Someday
Anyway,
it'll happen. All right.
so what are you
I
working
am-
on for the live auction?
All right. I'm gonna do. It's a 9x12 Ed Brubaker costume, kind of Catwoman with a Hobbs backpack. So we're gonna stick with the comic strip theme of
Okay.
Keith's and my book, but we're gonna go the superhero route for everyone
Okay.
that loves their superhero ladies.
Right on. Okay.
I figured she'd sport a Hobbs backpack
that-
over a teddy bear backpack. So
All right. Is that a 9x12 sheet?
it's a 9x12. Yeah, it's a 9x12. Here's what I'll do. I'll start this at say 200 inked. If it reaches 350, I'll paint it. If it reaches 500 for some reason, my girlfriend doesn't usually wear lipstick, but if it reaches 500, I will steal her lipstick. I will put it on. I will kiss the page and leave lip marks by my signature, but
Okay.
only if it reaches 500. And I'll take a photo of me in lipstick
Okay.
to go
I
with
need
the
to see if I can
piece.
afford $500 real quick. One second.
I was gonna say I'm gonna personally put in.
Everybody wants to
I
objectify
wanna
me.
take
Oh
a-
wait, I'm objectifying myself. Okay.
Okay. Well, I want to take a little bit of a step back. Okay, because
Okay.
you said these two words, which really perked my attention. Okay. You said girlfriend.
Yeah.
So this is a new one.
Yeah.
Play
He's
ya.
roasting you, Philip. You're letting him
Yes.
say that. He's surprised.
Yes, it's a yes.
Okay. Well, let's hope that you can stay focused on the work. All right.
Baby.
So you're here, and you brought your writer Keith Brady here.
Yeah.
Keith,
Yes,
this is
I
the first
came out
time
of the
we're
writer
having you on
dungeon.
the show too. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Let's get caught up with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, I'm Keith Frady. First of all, real quick, hi Don. I can't figure out how to join the chat. I'm trying, but it's not letting me. But hi, thank you for your comment. Anyway, hi, I'm Keith. I am a writer. I have been writing comics for about 8 years now. I started writing short comics and putting them online for free under the banner of The Usual Choices as a kind of recurring anthology project. And then last year, I had my first Kickstarter to collect them all as a book and got it successfully funded in October. And then this year, for our second book, me and Philip teamed up to get Good Grief, The End of Talking Back for my second Kickstarter. Along the way, my comics and I picked up a couple of accolades. I won the Mad Cave Talent Search, got runner-up in Platform Comics, annual competition. Feel very fortunate to have worked with the artists I've worked with. They're absolutely phenomenal, and they've made the worlds come alive and my stories come alive in ways I never could have even imagined. So I just feel very grateful to be here and happy to be on the show.
Okay. And you're in North Carolina?
I am in Georgia. I recently moved out of Atlanta.
And how did you meet Philip?
Yeah, so funny story. We were at Heroes Con in 2023. Did we decide, Philip? Or was it 22?
It was 3 heroes ago, I think. So whatever.
Okay, so about 2023.
2023.
Yep, we were
That's
table
Philip-
neighbors.
That was Philip's first time to be there, I believe.
It was. It was
Yeah, it
his
was my
first time
first
there.
Heroes.
And we were table neighbors, and we were a little off in the boonies, but we had a lot of time to talk to ourselves. And we hit it off pretty well on the first day. Like he has, I don't know if you've seen them, but he has people in the chat that Philip has Avatar: The Last Airbender tattoos, and we bonded over that and started talking about comics and stuff like that, and found a shared childhood memory / fondness for newspaper strips, and that became a way for us to that became like the seed of the idea for Good Grief. But the second day, the first day went great.
I love the
Philip
but.
and I got along fine. Second day, but so I arrived a little late because I did.
Oh, this was
And
Sunday. This
I've
is
got
the last
myself.
day.
This was the last day? Oh Jesus! Okay.
Yeah,
It was,
I'm pretty sure it was the last day.
I had a big cup of coffee from Starbucks and my shoulder bag, and I sat down at my table, put down my coffee, bent down to pick up my books, and my shoulder bag flung over my shoulder, hit the coffee, spilled all the way over onto Philip's table. And there is coffee soaking through his mat and through his cover, and it's getting closer to his artwork, and I'm freaking the hell out. And I like run over to like grab him by the shoulder. I'm really sorry about this, man, but I'm kind of destroying your artwork. We need to fix this. And we have a really big bonding experience of panicking, trying to save his artwork for about 20 to 30 minutes. And thank God we got there in time, because it was inching closer to like his portfolio.
You're that guy. It was
I'm
you.
that guy. It was
You're a
me.
story.
You're famous.
You're a story.
I'm a
You're famous
story.
for the guy who spilled coffee.
He's a story.
You know,
And
you
I
could
had just
actually, if
What's
you
up,
talk
Mel?
to a lot of people in the industry, right, there are a lot of coffee story spilling incidents. I have a few that I can share myself, but we don't need to get into it. Just know that there is a lot, and there's a reason why I constantly tell Mog, take that cup of liquid coffee, tea, or whatever away from the art, away from the computers. Take no chances. I don't care what it's in,
Living proof of
even
that.
if it's a no spill cup. Okay, because you know what can happen with a no spill cup? The lid can come off when it falls. Yeah. Well, so much for no spill. It just spilled.
Yeah, right.
So, all right.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
But that's how Philip and I met.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other part of that
just missed a
story,
bit of the Vampirilla. So Juliet is
Oh.
off and running on the auction board.
Woohoo, yeah,
Okay,
baby.
Here it
yeah.
is so far. I'm working on her
There
hair
it
now.
is.
Moving
And
on.
that's coming with the
Beautiful.
Witchblade print. So that's looking
Thank you.
great. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
so we are looking for the next bid of 105 or better on that if you want to have a chance to take that home. And we got a ways to go before this night is over. But before I forget and before I get clobbered, let's talk to Mog and see what she has on the auction block.
This is
What I've been
safe.
wondering.
It's magic.
For the
Mog.
third row in a week, she's been working on this magic piece.
Nothing different.
Okay,
really.
yeah. But this seems to be like a popular thing. Anyway, but the story with this is that a good friend of ours, Andrew Ramirez, who's in and out of this chat, sent us 6 sketch covers to do and to offer up. And I said, we will do them full blown. All right, so this is Dark Child on a sketch cover. $450 is the asking price. We finished one already, which was that Savage Gwen, which was a really nice piece. There was no bids on it here. And I said I would bring it to the show, offer it up. And boom, just like that, $450. It's gone out the door at the con. And that's our regular price. I really need to raise the price up on it, but I think $450 is pretty good. And we'll keep it at that for a while. But we get that price pretty easy outside of the at the cons. Anyway, so if you want this Dark Child, there it's available at $450. You might have to wait a little while because she's not gonna mail it out until it is completely done.
But
And-
anyway, anybody who's listening, even though Keith was the guy who spilled coffee, if you meet him in person, he's one of the sweetest guy ever. He's a beautiful soul.
Lies and slander.
Keith
Yeah,
Keith or
she
me, Mog?
says that about all the guys from Georgia and North Carolina.
So the other part of that story, by the way, is so that morning before the show started, I got to meet Zoe Thorogood, who's in from London, and I bought The Blindness of Billy Scott from her and brought it back. And so when we were checking for where the coffee went, I found that there were a few droplets on the, the outer edges of the book. Not a big deal, but Keith goes and buys me a whole other copy, and she resigns it for me, and she draws a little Starbucks cup inside of it. Which I thought was
Yeah, I explained what had happened.
That's cute.
Yeah, it was really cute of her. It was very sweet of her. She was
All
very
right,
sweet.
so here's a question, okay? And I don't know if you guys can answer it, right? I know I can answer it. When you do spill coffee on an artwork, right? Do you start all over again, or do you try to like cover it up as best you can? What have you guys done in the past?
I don't spill coffee on artwork, and if I did, coffee is not archival because it's got acids, and therefore I probably would just start, depending on what stage I'm at. If I'm almost done, I'll probably just put archival paint all over it, but it depends. But yeah, I don't spill coffee on artwork.
Sounds
One
so
time I
arrogant.
tried painting with coffee, and it's really fun actually because you get the different values, no matter how much water you can dilute it.
Yeah.
But I'd cover it up, you could find something. It depends though. If it's like all over, I'm not gonna waste my time try to save.
Okay, so one of the times that Mog has spilled a liquid on an art piece, she was working on I forget what it was, Superboy, Supergirl, or something like that, and she had drawn crypto flying, flying through the page, and she spilled coffee, which practically covered the bottom, almost the bottom half of the cover, and she's trying to figure out what to do because she didn't want to start all over. So I told her, look, just make it like he's flying over a big planet, and just cover that up. Use the brown that's in there already, like that's part of the planet. So, and it worked out pretty well.
Work? That's
It worked, and we sold that piece that day.
Oh, well, there you go. If no one else notices, that's all that matters.
Here's the
Well, that as
thing.
well.
Here's the thing that I've seen about art, right? An artist will look at their artwork, and they'll see all the flaws in it. And oh, this is bad. Oh, this sucks. Oh man, this is not gonna sell. And then you put it out there, and somebody goes, "Oh wow, I like how you did this. That is such a cool effect." And then it gets sold. Your flaw is
You're like, thank you. I did that on purpose.
It's like their special effect.
I hate when that happens.
or like it's almost like saying another man's trash is another man's treasure. And they're just like
Creatives are often most hard on themselves.
Yes, that's it. Fresh coffee stain. Well, now the scene has a splash of muddy water. That is right. Yeah.
I think sometimes, maybe we talked about this with Bill, but I think we talk about like how the piece we like and we think it's gonna sell doesn't sell.
That happens way too often.
I don't know why, but I have to say this is a very strong number. 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I don't think it's that much, but
It is bizarre.
No.
And the piece you don't care about, and you're like, whatever, people buy it.
Mm.
And it's the
I
one
think-
you spent the most amount of time on, too. I always feel that.
Yeah.
Oh, you get
spend
it.
so much time. Yes.
I think that's the reason why you've turned it so much into a masterpiece that it's lost the human quality, and they don't want it.
That could be it. That's true.
I don't know. But yeah, that does happen. But I think I can look at something, and I think when I look at Mog's work and I look at it, I think I have a pretty good idea on what's going to sell and what's not going to sell. But Mog doesn't have an idea
I have
on
no idea.
what's going to sell. Okay, so, and I have a lot of stories, but one of my favorite ones that I like telling is that you guys have seen this, where she did the Kratos versus Wolverine. And I just couldn't wait to sell like prints of that, right? So she wasn't even done yet, and the piece looked already great. So I made a canvas print out of it, an 18 by 24, and she kept telling me, that's not going to sell. It's not even finished. All this, right? And I had my friend Lewis with us. another artist, and we were doing the Amazing Las Vegas show. So we set up our booth, and we had all that stuff was up, and I had to go back to the room because I forgot something, right? And we had told Lewis the story, and we were just kind of like laughing about it, and Lewis was saying, "Yeah, I think it's a good piece. It'll probably sell." I go upstairs, I come back down, and Lewis runs up to me, "Hey Mel, yeah, Mog is trying to hide the spot where you had the Kratos versus Wolverine because it already sold." And the show wasn't even open yet.
You're like, don't tell anybody. That's so funny.
So I go there, and the hole is covered up. She covered it really well. And I go, "So you sold the Kratos piece, huh?" He goes, "Yeah, damn it."
That's so funny.
You know what, Mog? I would have said damn it too.
Yeah. You know what I think? I think we need art buddies who is not ourselves, of course, who will tell us, hey, I think this is gonna sell. We need an objective eye, like who's gonna be honest enough to say, I know you like this piece, but I think this piece is gonna sell. So try to make a print out of this instead. We need buddies like that, man.
Yeah.
She did this Psylocke piece, and we brought it to Phoenix. And I don't know why Psylocke is, first of all, is a hot character. And she said it wasn't going to sell. There's no way it was going to sell. The doors open. This guy walks up right to it. And he goes, "I want that." And it just sold like really quick. I said, "It's going to sell. It's going to sell." But
people love Psylocke.
People love Psylocke. It was that. And it was a nice looking piece, So yeah, but right, Psylocke is like one of the hottest characters. It's been hot for like a long time. Magic is hot right now. Even with this piece that Mog is working on, she has another commission piece that she has to do of Magic on another sketch cover for somebody else later on this year. And yeah, it's hard.
Should I go grab my Magic? Is that what you want me to do?
No, it's too late for that, buddy. You had your chance.
That way I don't have to draw anything. I can just grab Magic and say I did something tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, and also I think we need that art buddy. Not only like the art buddy tells us like, hey, I think this piece will sell, but more importantly, they know our style, and then they say, I know you like drawing only Conan, but maybe you should try drawing only Chibi, because Chibi, you do it so well. Like, like point out the strength and then guide us, direct us, like draw this subject matter more. I don't know. I feel like that would be really helpful too.
All right. So I've been managing artists for about like 25 years now. And it's nice to say those things, but it only works if the other person is willing to listen. And that's not always the case.
It's like herding cats.
Yeah. It's that saying, you can lead the horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
Yeah, you're right.
I only give advice and counsel, and then it's up to you whether you take it or not. I'm not going to twist your arm to take this. That's just like way too much work, and you're not paying me for that, so forget it. But with Mog and I
understand. Yeah. What? Keep going. Sorry.
No, what?
Mog,
I was going to say, you go. You go.
With Mog, she doesn't pay me enough, but I still have to twist her arm. For the main reason is that because we're married and I still like to eat good. Okay, so I got to make sure the money's coming in. All right, Juliet, go ahead.
She pays you in food, man.
I was going to say, I don't understand why people wouldn't listen to critique. Like, you can pick and choose which ones you listen to, but they're the people who are looking at your art and are going to buy it or whatever, too. So why would you be like, no, I don't want your money, and I'm not going to listen to what you want? No, And if you do that, I said doo-doo. If you do that, then
I was just thinking that.
then it is just art and it's just for you, but don't expect to make money off of it. That's what I think.
Like
hot take.
For the longest time, I think you're a very logical person. Maybe that's why you're able to say it, and I agree with you. But I'm thinking the reason why anybody does art, usually not all the time, is because you're kind of broken. So already it's like you're a chipped vase, right? There's a hole in the vase, and then so you're already walking with like you're already broken inside, and then if you criticize them, it could really shatter them. I'm thinking, okay, so maybe that's why it's very difficult, especially for artists, to take criticism. But the ones who
makes
survive
sense.
it, who loves it so much and can get beyond that pain and struggle, those are the guys are amazing because yeah, you're still broken and you overcome that pain and then that becomes the strength. And you'll always be broken. And sorry, but, but you're still strong. You're gonna everything is gonna make you stronger. Maybe never up to a regular person, but still you're building strength. So
I like that.
Listen to Juliet and please, just step by step take that criticism. It's okay,
Yeah, okay, that's good. That is a good thing about criticism, but I think we were talking more. It sounded like we were talking more about business and then counseling on making better decisions on that. Not that you're receiving a critique about your artwork. Case in point, Phillip Ginn, who I keep trying to pound into him. Absolute Wonder Woman on a Death Dealer sketch cover.
Yeah.
It's on my table, man.
Even though that piece is pretty much sold and he still hasn't done it yet.
It hasn't been sold.
You know, in that
Not
one,
yet.
it's not because it's broken, it's just being obtuse.
I'm mostly doing it to be a contrarian to Mel.
Yeah, that's the reason.
That when I finally do it, he'll feel good about himself. Like finally.
You're gonna have to credit me in some way on that. I have no idea how,
Yeah.
but yeah.
I'll buy you poke.
That's on you. That's on you.
All right, Phillip. Let's talk about your campaign. What's
Yes.
going on here with this?
Keith.
Okay. All right. So the campaign has finished, and we have a book. It is Good Grief, The End of Talking Back. It is just arrived to me and is ready to serve out to backers as soon as I get my mailers. And Phillip and I are going to be debuting the book at Dragon Con in Atlanta, and we're going to be selling it there. And it is, I mean, this would start from the beginning. So, Good Grief, The End of Talking Back is about a newspaper strip cartoonist and what would happen if he kind of lost his mind and started doing we've got a bunch of strips that we do like a Peanuts Treasury, and it's horizontally based so that turns. And it's like the last month of a comic strip that was collected, like the Fantagraphics, Peanuts, and Calvin and Hobbes Treasury editions. And as you read it, the comic strips start off as like standard Peanuts or Calvin and Hobbes fare, like lighthearted family kid adventures. And then as it goes on, things start getting darker. Things start getting weird. And you find out through the book and through the foreword, the introduction, the disclaimer, the editor's notes, all the things around the comics help explain the story of what happened to the cartoonist of the comics. So while you're reading the comics, you get the story of what's happening to a boy and his bird based off of like Snoopy and Charlie Brown or Calvin and Hobbes. But their love interest / a friend, Sally, vanishes. And it's a way for you to figure out what happened to the cartoonist to make him go down this route and to start publishing these darker strips. And the bonus material, because what we did is we tried to make the book like an artifact, like from another world. So like the book could be, it could actually exist in another world. Like our comics cartoonist Chance didn't have anything like fantastic happen to him or anything sci-fi happen to him. If you believe in multi-worlds theory, all of this happened inside of this book. And the comics actually existed. Talking Back is the name of the fake comic that we invented, the fake comic strip. And we made like this whole backstory and lore behind it that's been going on since the 90s and had this huge popularity surge involved with like Instagram and the rise of webcomics. But then it just suddenly shutting out. And this is supposed to be like, what if Bill Watterson suddenly like came back for a month to do Calvin and Hobbes, but was a little crazy about it. And that would be this book. So I apologize for doing a bad job explaining it, but it will be available at DragonCon. And Phillip did a fantastic job on it. He imitated like, he did. And he imitated like styles from the 90s for comic strips. Trying to get closer of you. They came out really good, Phillip.
Yeah,
That looks great.
Actually, Mog and I were actually impressed with the art
Amazing.
in there.
Yeah.
Philip did really a good job on there.
Yeah.
And,
He did.
and
Yeah, he did.
wow.
That book was
You know,
way harder to do than I thought it would be.
Was the
Because I-
cover?
what gave you the biggest problem, Philip?
So when I grew up, I didn't want to be a comic book artist. I wanted to be a newspaper strip artist. So that's one of the things that Keith and I bonded over is I wanted to be Charles Schultz or Bill Watterson or any number of people that did strips in the papers. That's what I thought I would do. And then I discovered comic books in middle school. So I switched over. And so I had dabbled in comic strips throughout the years. My last one being in like I think 2009 or 2017, I can't remember, 2009. And so when Keith pitched me this book, I was like, yes, I already know the language. I know I haven't cartoon in a while, but I know the language and I know the economy of line and I know the pacing and I know how this goes. And then I get a script, and Keith is not a comic strip writer. He is a writer who loves comics, and therefore he marries the two comic books. But comic strips are a little modern comic strips are a little different. This is no longer the world of Crazy Cat. This is more the world of Calvin and Hobbes, which is when the fake cartoonist started, the strip. So Keith is asking for things that I don't think I would put in these strips. The way that he's asking for these things, I'm seeing camera angles that I would not, unless I was doing like Prince Valiant or something, or Mark Trail. But I'm reading this stuff. I'm like, okay, well I have to solve these problems. And then Richard Thompson, the cartoonist, he has this I love his stuff because he used the nib and Bill Watterson used the brush, and then Charles Schultz used an Easterbrook. So all of a sudden I'm reading this script, I'm looking at my tools, and I'm thinking, if this guy started a strip in the 90s and he's an American, he probably wouldn't use this Chinese brush, and he probably would use certain inks and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then eventually along the way, he would have, Photoshop would have been invented in the middle of his career. So while I was drawing the strip, which was supposed to be easier than it became, I then started to method act a cartoonist that doesn't exist, based off of everything that Keith and I talked about, his backstory, the tragedy that happens, when he started, the tools he would have used, his mind space for when things flip. So you've got like 3 or 4 different aesthetics in the book, because I am role playing the entire time. And it was, I didn't go so far as to be, Jim Carrey in, Man on the Moon, but it was still kind of it was half thought process and then half art. So it took me a lot longer than I would have liked, but I'm pretty proud of it.
So did you have to bounce this around back and forth with Keith quite a bit because of the changes that you were imposing there in a way through your art, or that may
Well,
have
if I
also
can jump
changed
in on this one.
the story?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like Philip and I had a really close collaboration. This is definitely the closest collaboration I've ever had. We went back and forth on almost every single strip and went through like, is it even funny enough? Does this feel like it fits the tone of the month? Does it feel like it fits within the week? Like we went pretty granular, and it was and he started pitching me like all of his method acting, and you know what? It was his choice. I didn't make him do that.
No, he did not. That was my
But-
dumb butt.
But he,
I think that's just part of you, Philip. You just like to method everything when you're out there.
I was gonna
Yes.
say that was
I mean, I'm
just
not going to
him. He
argue
just
with the
wanted
results.
to.
They're fantastic.
Yeah, right now I'm method acting this Catwoman.
Oh,
I am
Ooh.
not. I could.
you should.
You should.
Please do.
Why aren't you wearing a cat suit right now?
Leather outfit.
We would love to see that. We'll pay. We're paid to watch that.
$500, and I will
start
kiss the.
Let's start a fund, right? If we can get it to $100, Philip's gonna have to-
If you're somebody who pays
Also-
on that, that's
Also for Donna Gilio, I'm drawing these circles freehand. By the way, thank you for that. So one thing that I want to make sure with Keith is that since he is the originator of the whole concept of this
Right.
of this book, I wanted to make sure that he was happy with the designs, and I floated these really crappy sketches because I'm trying to get through these character designs so I could draw the strip. And one of the problems that I had was I needed to be able to draw the strip in a way like I've been drawing it for 15 years, not like we had just come up with this book, because this is literally the last month
Last
plus
month
7
of like a
days
decades-long
of the
thing.
book.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it can't, normally when you're drawing a book, like you can tell when you read Dark Knight Returns, for example, and it's not every book, but as an example, when you read Dark Knight Returns, you see how the art changes from chapter to chapter to chapter until the end. And for whatever reasons, the artwork has changed. It still looks like Frank Miller, but there's a change in the way that it's inked. I know that Klaus Janson was the main inker, but the line work is simpler, and everything's more open. And Lynn Varley is much more responsible for filling out these pages. And so I couldn't have this book do that, except for when the style absolutely needed to change, because style change in this book was very important to the story. And as I started to lay out these strips, I realized that I hated the way that I was originally drawing the characters. It didn't feel good. It didn't look right. I couldn't get it consistent. I went through like 3, 4, 5, 6 different nib changes just to get the look right. So I changed the shape language of the characters, and I floated them by Keith, and thankfully he was happy with it. When I do layouts, when I'm working with writers and I do layouts, I always send lettered layouts so they know what they're reading. And I wanted Keith to know exactly how his book was going to read. And when I was reading through the script, he wanted comments and he welcomed comments. And so one of the things that I did was, well, and I'm not going to spoil the book, but there are certain things that he alludes to in the end that I thought would make that we could call back from the beginning. So you'll see what I did at the beginning of the book. You'll see parts of it show up at the end of the book, which if you're reading it through the first time and you don't really know what's gonna happen, this just looks at the beginning of the book like it's a normal strip. And then when you see the callback at the end, it ties everything together, and it gives you a greater sense of Chance in his world. And I didn't run vocally or verbally everything by Keith. I just let him read it. I signed nothing. Our names are nowhere in this book except for Keith, who role plays as the editor, our credits are on the legal page, and then
Okay, so why is that?
Yeah.
Why did you decide to go that route?
So
For-
it's
oh,
it was a way for a verisimilitude, a way for us to kind of make the book feel more like that artifact from another world. It's Chance's book, and Philip and I happen to be his channelers for this world. It's a way to. We also wanted there to be like a healthy confusion in a way where if you read this book, I want you to think for a second that maybe this actually happened. Like maybe Talking Back was a real comic and you just had never heard about it, or maybe these people are real. And I want there to be like a healthy, like if someone looks up Talking Back after they read this book, then I think we've done our job. Like we want this to have felt like this could have happened, like this book could have existed. And so putting ourselves into it in this kind of a way was kind of sublimating ourselves into it because it's a metaphysical book in and of itself. And I'm about to start getting like really up my own butt, so I'm not going to keep going there. But,
Okay, so all right, so I know you don't want to spoil too much about it, okay, but I feel like I still need to hear a little more meat as to
Yeah.
what's going on here.
Yeah.
Like what is
Yeah, I got
what
you.
kind of what story are you telling here? I mean, what kind of what can we expect, or what is the journey here that
Yeah,
people
so the
are
journey is going to be you're reading comic book strips, and the strips themselves are about a imaginative boy named Chase and his pet bird Eddie, and Eddie is a shape-shifting parrot, and it's this Calvin and Hobbes situation where Hobbes is always alive to Calvin, but is a stuffed tiger to everyone else, and the parrot is talking to Chase by himself, but around other people, there's that magical realism sense to it. And it's their like daily adventures. They shoot fireworks at the moon. They talk about philosophy. They have little childlike adventures. And as you go through the strips, they'll start getting darker to the point where, like I said, one of the characters vanishes, and Chase and Eddie have to save her or try to save her. And it's I'm trying to think of how, because it's so much about reading the surrounding story as well. It's also about the cartoonist and him, his emotional and mental journey as he's like, God, I'm just really trying.
okay? Well, for me,
Try not to
what
spoil
it
the
sounds
end.
like,
Yeah.
I'm getting more of a almost like a Tom Sawyer Huckleberry Finn kind of story adventure.
It starts
We're,
like that.
we're
It starts
talking
like
about
that.
life philosophy, and yet all this real stuff is happening around you still that you got to
Yes.
deal with and overcome. And how are you going to stay true to the philosophy that you're trying to stand behind? And now it's being tested in this adventure that you're on with these supposedly real occurrences that are happening around you. It sounds
They're looking at it at
very
all.
interesting. And have you is this out on the campaign already, or are you planning to put it
The
out?
campaign is completed. We haven't started an online store yet. We were going to talk about that after Dragon Con,
Yeah.
because we wanted to get the physical books out first and get them to Baxter's and be sure we got them that all settled first. But we'll probably discuss doing an online store afterwards.
This is this was a really hard book to pitch too, because Keith has written numerous summaries. He's written pitches. He actually, before we decided to crowdfund this, he sent pitches to a few different places, and we heard back from one place, and it just wasn't the right fit. This is one of those books where it's perfect for indie space because I think that it would be a really difficult book to market, like how The Princess Bride was a really difficult movie at the time to market because the guys at the studio had no idea what to do with the movie. A movie that was both fairy tale and romance, but also kind of meta because it went back and forth between the story and
Telling of the story.
the storytelling. Yeah,
Okay.
this book is one of the ways that I pitched it is you're getting the story of the cartoonist without getting to read the story of the cartoonist. The story of the cartoonist isn't there at all. You're reading the comic strip and you're reading the editorial pages and you're reading the notes that accompany the annotations that accompany some of the strips, and you're getting a hint at what happened to Chance behind the scenes by reading his comic strip and the commentary. So it's like
Okay.
So you-
it's
so
like
kinda
two
have to
stories in one.
Together
Kind of.
and put it together.
okay, 2 stories into 1, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
is this
Yeah.
geared to children? Will children be able to understand?
I mean, I would
What
say
is
it's
your
not really.
demographic?
Yeah, it's
It
definitely
doesn't
aimed
seem
for
like it's
adults.
for children. It doesn't
Mm-mm,
feel
it's not
like
really
it's
for
for children.
kids.
It feels
I
almost
honestly,
creepy.
yeah, it
It
is
feels
creepy.
scary.
Like it,
Yeah, it feels creepy in a way. Yeah, like he's going crazy, and you're going through the creative experience while he goes crazy. That's scary. I love
yeah,
it.
no, it's
That's scary. It
one
sounds
of my
creepy. I love
one
it.
of the ways I describe the book thematically is this is what it means to make art, and this is what it means for it to be a good thing and for it to be a bad thing. That we can throw ourselves into our artwork. But it definitely does get creepy. Like this is one of my favorite strips. I don't mind showing y'all and everyone. It's a play off of one of Calvin and Hobbes' most famous strips, where like
Ooh.
Calvin's nailing nails into a table, and his dad runs up or is like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I don't know how to answer that question." And so we did like a play off that, and we do a play off of a couple of strips. But like by the time we get to this point, it's dark, and he's sacrificing his friend. So that's what's happening there. So like
Yeah,
that's
this
where
book
we
is not
go.
for
It's
kids.
like we go creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, when I look at the style and everything, okay, I think I phrased it wrong. It's for children. Well, what I'm trying to say is it easy to? Is it so deep that even like, for example, young adult would they be able to comprehend?
Oh, I think it. No, I think a
Mm.
young adult could get it. Yeah, definitely. I would say a child might not be able to get it just because you'd have to understand meta narratives a little bit, and I don't know how familiar a child would be with those. But definitely, by the time you're a young adult, you've probably read more than enough to get what's going on. It's definitely. We tried to make it like a thinker. We want it. The end's ambiguous and emotional more than logical.
Yeah, you know what?
Like I
I
said,
think
this is kind of about. Yes, Mark.
Okay.
Sorry,
I
yes,
think
Mark.
Julia said it right. Yeah. It
Yeah.
is
Absolutely.
if I don't look at the style is very deceptive. But
Mhm.
like if I just listen to the whole narrative, it reminds me of one of the short stories Stephen King did about a writer literally going insane.
Okay.
And he was mailing like little bits and stuff just like you, collecting weird things, putting food in the typewriter. It was crazy.
Okay.
So
That sounds great.
his mind was melting away. That was the horror. So maybe it's like that's maybe like a within the genre. Like maybe you have like 3 genres, and the core of it is horror, and then outside coded is like something meta, and then outside of that is maybe I don't know something
No,
innocuous. Maybe
no, I think you're nailing it. Also, your
I
colors
want
are
a
amazing,
copy.
Mog.
I know.
I
I
think
keep looking at the shading. That's insane.
it's really crazy.
what?
Like every time I see Mog's pieces, I'm always amazed.
You're insane, Mog. You're so talented. She said,
Oh.
"What?"
Wow,
You.
they lost me there. I got lost for a second. Huh? Wait. Okay.
know.
All right. We transition. All right.
I
got it.
I felt like it was Philip who was going insane.
I thought they were talking about coffee, and I go, huh?
No, that's already happened. We're talking about you now.
Oh, we're talking about Mog. Sorry.
All right. Well,
Thank
we
you.
are at the top of the hour, and we will take a break. But before we do that, let's go ahead and take a look at the artwork that these people have right now. You see Mog's artwork, though. Can we get a better? Okay, there you go. So you see where that's going. It's got a lot more stuff to put in on there. If we're
Ooh.
looking for a bid of $450, you can take it now, or we'll take it to the cons.
Yes.
Um,
It's okay, guys.
yeah,
Yes.
whether it sells here or
Wow.
somewhere else, it's gonna go. All right, next let's look at Vampirella
Yeah.
from
Oh,
our new Juliet Northernbound here,
Really?
let me see.
Wow.
throwing in
There you go.
a Witchblade print with that.
What are you using? Are you using Copics?
I am. I used for the background earlier. I did like gouache, but now I'm just doing Copics, and then over this I'll do more gouache.
Are you using like a cold press from the board?
I'm using Arches, the watercolor. It's a cold press, which I'm surprised because it's really smooth.
Yeah.
But
Arches cold press.
I don't know. But it's taking this ink like really well. You'd be surprised because I thought
Yeah.
it would just like swallow it,
Yeah.
but no.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's
we
pretty good.
have that.
That thing is gonna eat up everything. But I feel like you're gonna go through ink so fast. So
Yeah, I do. I do go through ink really fast, but I like the effect. I like it.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's worth
you
it.
can't beat the vibrancy. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's very saturated.
Yes.
All right, so that already has a bid of 100, so we are looking for the next bid of 105 if you want to take that home with that Witchblade print.
105.
And then next we have Phillip Ginn,
Is that a
There you
commission
go.
bill? No, right?
No?
and it's Catwoman with a
A cat bag.
cat bag.
You know, I looked up the thing because one of this commission I had was to do a cat bag. I think you know that guy. You know, Lulu.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what you're
and
talking
I looked it up, and there
Everybody
literally is a bag
There's
that kind
several.
of looks like a cat, like
No,
a
there's-
fluffy cat.
there's a vendor at the
Oh, I couldn't
cons
believe it.
that specializes, and she makes these cat bags. They're not cheap.
Oh, I
Yes,
know
she-
who you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're
They're
right,
cute.
yeah.
They
the
look
only
a
one
little
that does
real
it,
and weird
and-
though.
but yeah, they're very cute. And I think we've known some people that have actually bought some, but they're very well made as well. So here's Catwoman sporting her cat
That
bag,
woman with a Hobbs backpack.
and we're looking
I
for a
love
bid
it.
on that. Is that 200 on there?
200 inked. I'll paint
200,
it if it reaches
and it will get
350.
inked as well before it gets delivered.
And if it doesn't sell, I'll paint it for Dragon Con.
If that hits 500, are you gonna do the Catwoman methodology?
No, if it hits 500, okay. If it hits 500, I'll
Yeah.
I'll kiss it with lipstick.
Whoa, you got lipstick? Nice.
I'll find lipstick. If
I'm
But,
if for
but
some
he
reason,
only
if for
needs
some
one
stupid
bid.
reason this
to
reaches
put on that
650,
cat
then I'll
suit.
dress up as Catwoman. I'm pretty confident it's not going to get that high. So
You're gonna
Can
dress
you
up
mix it? Can you make it so it's Catwoman? Because I really want to see that, and I know.
well,
I want to see it really bad.
Juliet,
I
you
know,
can buy
right?
$600.
We'll see.
All right, Phillip, you're going to be Catwoman and I'll be Batman for DragonCon.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
All right, guys, don't go away. We'll be right back after this short, brief commercial break.
I was never a fan of Frank Miller. I don't know why. I'm still not.
You talking
I-
about writing or art or both?
Art. Writing, I like. Art, I didn't really like.
Not even when it was like Wolverine or Daredevil or whatever?
Not
Anything
really.
like that? Really?
Not
Oh, okay.
really.
Okay, I got you. Tell you this character is named Funny Bones, and Mark literally told me today that this is one of his favorite characters to write. So there's going to be and draw. So there's going to be a lot more of this character coming soon. Mark's Fierce Monsters.
FOC, a comic industry term for the final day a new comic can be ordered by a local comic shop. So, what does that mean to you? Well, it's your last chance to order a new comic book from your local comic shop. Order up! The FOC show will go over every book that's about to be cut off every Friday afternoon.
I'm going to highlight some of the stuff that I think is really worth paying attention to,
so that you can put in an order at your LCS for as many copies or as many variant covers as you want.
Sometimes the store needs to know to up their orders.
Never miss out on a popular comic again. Order up, part of the experience.
Good evening. How you doing? Thanks for coming back to Sketch Up.
Where did Keith go?
He left. He said, "I've had enough."
Uh-oh.
He said, "This sucks."
You'll be back.
Oh, no.
shoot.
He's left
What is
us.
happening right now? Oh, there's Keith.
He,
Hi,
yeah, I guess
Hello.
so.
abandoned
We're
for a
here
second.
with. Oh, and speaking of
Hello.
the Mr. Handsome from Georgia.
Yeah.
All right, so we're back with Juliet Northam, Keith Brady, and Phillip Ginn.
What is that? What is that Brady origin? Is that an English name?
It's a German name.
Oh, okay.
I'm technically half German. That's the 6'3" blonde hair.
Ooh.
Oh, really? Okay.
It used to be Vrade, I think, or something like it. Vrade, and then Ellis Island.
Oh. When last time I saw you, you didn't have a beard. What happened?
Yeah.
Did you go through a breakup?
Oh,
Like what happened?
Wow.
That is so typical.
Wow. Mog? Wow.
Yeah,
I'm going to let Keith answer this
every guy
question.
does that. Break up, grow a beard. It's automatic.
I mean, seriously, what happened?
Kind of nailed it.
I was right. I was right, bro. Body language don't lie. Body language.
That's not body language.
So funny.
Keith
So
is
you
the
are
liaison.
available. Okay, that's weird. Philip gets a girlfriend and you become available.
Philip, you must sacrifice yourself.
Sacrifice?
Wait,
What?
did Phillip steal your girlfriend?
No.
Did Keith,
No.
did Keith steal my
No,
girlfriend?
Phillips did not steal my girlfriend. I'm gay, for starters.
Oh,
That would be hilarious, though.
that's
So
okay.
the last time we were talking to Philip
That was way
before the show, he's talking about this girl that he was seeing.
He was trying to woo.
So we didn't get an update. I didn't get any update until now when he said, my girlfriend. So I go, oh,
Wow, it's official
whoa,
now.
I'm going. That's pretty fast for Philip to make a move like that because he didn't say potential or I'm trying. It just came out tonight. My girlfriend.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, he couldn't wait to say it.
I'm proud of you, Phil.
He couldn't wait.
And there goes my private life.
But you know what?
My ass just got called out, so.
I know.
Keith, it's okay, Keith. Keith,
That's what you get for growing a beard.
you look really masculine.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, yeah, I got a beard,
Thanks-
did a
thanks
haircut,
for
did
your
like the
German
full
heritage.
thing.
Yes.
All right, so that leads us to you, Juliet. What is your status?
My-
Have you
I
got a Romeo?
he's wonderful.
Or a
His name-
Julie or another Juliet.
Or
I
another
suppose.
Juliet.
or another Juliet. No, I have a boyfriend. He's wonderful. We went to high school together, and we've been friends for a long time. Then recently we got together, and it's wonderful.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait. When you say status, is that what you meant?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
was
I
just
had
asking
no-
for-
no-
Okay, and I just got
Right,
told
or-
that it was inappropriate for me to ask, so
Yeah.
I do apologize for that. I
Oh
wasn't.
no, he was kidding.
Oh.
Yeah. I
You're
thought
fine.
when you said status, I thought like, where's your drawing at? Show us or something. But she understood you correctly.
Yeah, well, because you
Any
basically
talk
dragged that
about-
out of Keith, and well, yeah, it kind of started with me because I was picking on Phil with the girlfriend thing, and then you brought it on Keith with the beard, and I was actually surprised that you were right.
No, okay.
Nailed
You know
it.
what? Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. Like what's his name?
Who? Don?
Kyle.
Kyle.
Kyle said he has a beard all the time.
Yeah.
Yes, I know, Kyle. Okay. Like somebody who regularly has a beard, that doesn't count. That doesn't count. Okay. We're talking about.
Yeah, this is the first time I've ever worn a beard ever.
Oh my gosh.
Really?
Okay, so
Do you like it?
It looks
Like-
Yeah.
good.
Thank you. No, it's itchy,
It
but
looks good.
it's gotten less itchy, so I'm used to it now. But I did technically grow it out for a college play 10 years ago where I played someone's evil twin, so I dyed everything black. And so yeah, and so I look like my own evil twin from those pictures in college. But like this is the first time I've actually like for myself grown it out or anything.
I have a confession to make.
Oh God.
Oh no.
I've been trying to grow a mustache and a beard since I was 15, and very unsuccessful.
Really?
I've
That's
been
okay.
hoping to get some hair on my legs too, and that hasn't happened yet either.
No hair. I can tell you
Somebody
that,
needs-
ladies. He has no hair.
Yeah, that's
That's okay.
actually
Somebody
how I
needs to
got
put
Probably-
Rogaine on their face.
That's okay.
You're
Sure.
faster swimming then.
It's true. Faster runner too.
Yeah, see?
Unfortunately, ladies, he's flat-footed, so he's got good balance. He's got good balance, and he can swim very well.
but I can still run pretty good. Well, not now, but yeah. Let's see. I might switch to mutton chops tomorrow. I'm
Oh.
still debating.
What's a
There you go.
Mog is asking, what is mutton chops?
It sounds ugly, Kyle. Don't do it.
They're not attractive at all.
Yes, there you go. Thank you, Julie.
Massive sideburns with nothing in the middle.
Yep.
Yes.
Don't do it, man. Are you trying to be Lincoln?
Well, it's
Maybe-
really handy when you eat a lot of soups or barbecue or things that get stuck in your beard to not have anything around your mouth because it's just a cleanliness thing at that point. But also,
Yeah.
I'm throwing a Victorian convention at the beginning of October where I should probably have Victorian facial hair.
You could just skip the facial hair.
Yeah,
You're gonna mutton chops. Maybe for a day. Maybe for that.
You may
that-
regret that when we get deep into winter and you find out that scrounging for food is really hard.
that too. The leftovers in the beard, you're missing them.
Right? You'll be surprised how much those crumbs can help during that time.
Logan or Banshee?
Do you remember that Roald Dahl book, The Twits?
No.
Remember that
Oh.
Roald Dahl book, The Twits? Roald Dahl wrote a book called The Twits. It's an extremely fast read. It's like super thin, and it's about two people that are absolutely horrible, and they're married to each other, and they're always trying to top each other in terms of horrible, disgusting pranks. And Mr. Twit had a beard, and every time he ate, bits of food would get stuck in it. So if ever he needed a snack, he could just pull a tidbit out of his beard and pop it in his mouth.
That's helpful, I'm sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And as a kid, I thought that is really handy. And now that I'm an adult, not so handy. I can just go to the pantry and get a snack.
Oh. What if you can't walk to the pantry in that time and you need a snack right away? Then you have the beard snack.
Nope, then I have the Grubhub.
Keith gets it. Starting today. He's all, yeah. Or grab
Keith, if I ever see you pick food out of your beard and eat it, we're done.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? No, you do you. You do you.
Oh, thank you, Philip.
Everyone has the
I'm
right
going through a
to.
breakup.
Oh my god.
Yeah, my dog is breaking up with me.
Aw.
He's packed up his doghouse. He's leaving tonight on the last train to Georgia.
Oh god.
Wow.
All right, we're looking for 200 on the. We're looking for a bid of 200 on the Catwoman. Once we get that, Philip will put on the cat suit.
No. That's 600.
Hey, don't be changed. You can't change it up like
Don't
that.
undersell this. Don't undersell this.
No, don't undersell Phil, Mel. He's more precious than that.
Oh, Phil likes to be undersold. Sometimes I think he just likes to be under.
Oh, come on, man.
I think
Let's
I
leave
just
that
got
to the
lost. What?
Concord. Okay? Not live.
All right, so
Oh, we're frozen.
are we? No,
I'm
no,
frozen.
that.
Anyway, go ahead.
I lost my train of thought of what I was going to say here. All right. What is
Something I've always loved about Philip's lines is how expressive they are. Like, I wish I could talk more about art better. Like, I need to actually take some classes so I can communicate with my
well,
artists
no,
better,
but let's
like,
talk. In fact, I was going to direct this question to you. Now that you've pretty much got this under your belt, what do you have another project that you're looking to work on that you can start talking about?
Right now, I'm working on pitching books to publishers and trying to get my first book published. So I've been working with a couple of artists on two pitches in particular that I'm really excited about. One's like a Macbeth story set in modern times, and one's a murder mystery combined with Gundam. Those are like the one quick pitches. So
That's so cool.
I'm working on those. And trying to get those.
You said
published.
Gundam, right?
I said Gundam.
Okay.
Yeah, so
just
like
checking.
I said Gundam. And it's
Nice.
No, and I've got an artist who's giving me some designs that look fantastic, and I need to get him a script so that we can start making pages to send to like Image and Dark Horse and stuff like that. So that's my next big project, is trying to get those pitches ready. I had 6 months in between my two Kickstarters, and I thought that was enough time, and that was not enough time. So I'm definitely probably just going to take a step back from Kickstarter for a minute before I dive back into that. So working on the pitches right now.
Okay.
Oh, and Dragon Con. Super excited about Dragon Con. It's my first time going to
Kickstarter?
I like
Dragon
Kickstarter.
Con,
Like
awesome.
this book would never have been funded otherwise. Like, this is such, as you can tell, I have a hard time describing this book. It's such a weird little thing, and it means so much to me and Philip. It's not possible. Like, the one rejection that we actually heard back from was kind, and that they were like, this is not something that, it's not a right length. It's not because it's such an awkward novella size length. So Kickstarter, like, definitely is the place where you can get the really indie stuff that just probably couldn't get a traditional home.
Was this your first time to be on to put something out on Kickstarter?
Second time. My first one was my short story collection, my short comics collection, The Usual Choices, and that was successfully funded last October. And
which, by the way,
yeah.
his Usual Choices stories are excellent. They're everyone should read them. They when I met him, he had 4 issues out, and they're all anthologies. And I read through all of them when I got home. And I don't get to read. I don't make a lot of time to read, and I have a stack of indie comics that are just waiting to be read. So but I did make a point to read his, and they're excellent. And his writing is one of the things that sold me on working with him in the first place.
I have a question back to when you guys were working on together the recent project, right? We're just actually Juliet was one who mentioned about getting critiqued, and Philip immediately, like when he was narrating his issues, that he said that he could right away tell that it wasn't written for comic strip.
Mhm.
So I'm sure he gave you a lot of like feedback or criticism or something. How did you take it? Was it difficult, like internally? Like,
Not at all. So I've been doing this a long. So my writing journey technically began when I was like 8, and I started writing poems based off the Legend of Zelda, and
okay.
I started writing poetry like throughout my childhood and high school years, and didn't really take it seriously. It was just something fun to do until my AP Lit class in my senior year. One of my teacher was one of those teachers and blew up in my mind about what literature could be, and I went to Georgia Tech actually to be a computer programmer to make video games. And I wanted to be creative and I wanted to make the worlds and the characters and I want to be a writer. It was this kind of a realization that I didn't want to be a video game programmer. I wanted to be a writer. And so I stayed in Georgia Tech, actually, switched majors. Humanities department's pretty small at a technical university. So all the professors were really happy to have a student who seemed to care. And they were super helpful with my writing journey. But the point is that you have to develop a thick skin pretty early if you want to be a creative. Like, you have to be able to take feedback. You have to be able to take some criticism. Like, if you just reject all of it, then you're feeding your own ego. You have to be able to listen and respond. And with Philip, it was super easy because he, besides having his own insight into comic strip making, is just a nice guy. And so, like, we never, I'm trying to think. The hardest thing for me writing this was figuring out the rhythm of a comic strip, because it's, like Philip was saying, it's different than a book. With a page, on one page on a normal comic, you can do anything you want with your layouts. You can have as many panels or as few as you want. With a comic strip, 4 panels every time. And so it becomes a sonnet. It becomes a stanza. It's something that has a rule and a rhythm. And so Philip helped me scale back the broadness of the comic page within the confines of a comic strip.
And Keith was really good about letting me, when you work with a writer, you want to turn in layouts, right? So he's really good about letting me play a little bit. So if I felt that certain things could be combined, or if I wanted to turn a 4-panel strip into a 3-panel strip, which I didn't really do except for like maybe 1 or 2 instances, he was good about letting me play. And then, obviously, when he sees the layouts, he'll be able to say he'll be able to make all the comments he wants to. So like
I don't think
you have to be able to take it in turn. I expect comments from him as well.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it kind of talking back to like that conversation earlier when Mog, you were mentioning like your artists, your beta artists. You have beta readers too as a writer, and you have to have that trust with your beta readers and the people who read your work as they're in progress, because they both have to understand you, and you have to understand that their criticism and comments come from a place of love, and they come from a place that they want your work to be better. And so they're not always going to be right, but you always need to listen, because sometimes the specific advice might be wrong, but the spirit of it might be right. Like they could say like your story, I don't know, is slow and it's because of your first act. Maybe they're wrong about the first act, but they're right about it being slow. So you've got to be able to have that ability to take feedback.
Keith, were you? I hear echo.
Is that on me?
I don't know, but it's okay.
Is it
now.
me?
I think it's Phil. So let's blame it on Phil. Anyway.
Okay.
It was Phil.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Were you a good student?
It wasn't me.
Were you
I was a terrible student. Well,
really?
Let me rephrase that. So I was a good student in high school. I graduated with A's and stuff like that. But like in college, I had a pretty bad depression wave that knocked me on my butt. And I was not a good college student until pretty much I figured out that I wanted to be a writer. So my first 2 years were not the best, but once I found my my gang, once I found my my crew, the professors who were really helpful, and my first friends whose opinions I trusted and respected about my writing, that's when I kind of started being a better student as well, because I started listening more.
Yeah, it seems like Keith, you and Juliet. Juliet, you were a good student, right? When you high school, at least.
In high school, I was a horrible student. Before that, I was straight A's. I was so smart. In high school is when I really started drawing, though. So I just stopped. I just stopped.
Okay. Either way, you guys were good students. What I realized, what I noticed that key trait is both of you guys seem to be very good listeners, Keith and Juliet, and also Philip. Philip is okay, but you guys are like further down. And I noticed that people who are very good at listening, they're also very keen learners, and they make good students just naturally. Like since they were a kid, they will get A's or something like that. Interesting.
That's interesting. I think that's true. I think I just gave up. It wasn't that I wasn't good at school and that I didn't understand it. It's that I thought, I don't need to do this assignment. I don't need to. I can draw instead. And that worked out just fine for me. But other people should not do that.
I said the same thing too. I don't need to study. I'm going into the army.
Oh wow! Did you go into the army?
I did.
Oh wow!
But I didn't go the way how I wanted. I did actually go to college, and then I got into ROTC, and then I got in. But I was there for only a short while. I had gone through like basic training and all that. I went to Fort Knox for basic training, but when it came time for me to sign the papers, I said no. I don't want to do this. But however, going through college, I got into the IT program there, and
cool.
This is in Hawaii, and this is the early '80s. Computers were coming onto the scene, and the military needed programmers because they wanted to convert their COBOL, these old systems, into these newer systems and get their stuff up to speed. But they just had all these old-time programmers, so they had to recruit these new guys, and I was in that batch. So I went in as a third lieutenant, as a small officer, doing that kind of stuff for a short while. But,
that's very cool.
Yeah.
So you didn't have to be good at school either, though. See?
What's that?
You didn't have to be good at school either. You get it.
No,
I was good at school.
He's
Nice.
screwing with you. It's not. He's very good at student. He was A students.
I wouldn't say A, but yeah, I was up there. I wasn't the I was not the valedictorian, but the valedictorian was a good friend of mine, and still is.
Nice.
See, I couldn't have even if I wanted to, because I went to that like fancy school. So there were like build-up classes you could have, and the classes you took that were like your academy, like my graphic design class was already worth another point on my GPA or something because it counted as on. I don't know, but the valedictorian at our school had like a 9.27 or something kind of GPA. So I couldn't even, I wasn't gonna try because the normal's a 4.0. So I was like, okay, well,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even, and I had like a 3.6, which is good, but it's not, it's not,
Wait, so you keep saying that you were in a very fancy, like awesome high school. I'm guessing, was the environment very competitive?
Yeah, it was extremely competitive.
Okay, yeah.
I felt like I couldn't make, especially in the art community, I felt like a lot of the time, because I know I'm pretty skilled because it's all I do ever is draw, so
Yeah.
I lots of not a lot of people in the art department would want to be friends with me, and that's okay, that's so fine. But I was like, why? Because I'm good at drawing, but I think they were worried that they would feel sad that I was good at drawing. Or I'm not sure. But either way, I was a very competitive environment, and we had other academies too for like engineering and like cooking. Like I don't know, like cool, you know. But I didn't feel as much as the competitiveness as I did like in the art department. But I don't know because I wasn't in those, but I really felt it. I really did.
I went to like a Timbuktu high school out in the sticks, or in this case, out in the sugarcane fields. To get to the town that I lived in, you had to drive through like 5 miles of sugarcane before you hit our town, right? And when you hit our town, there was nowhere else to go. That was the end of the road, right? But out of my class, right? My classes, they still talk about that. We had the best class that came out of that high school, where we have like 2 doctors, 2 colonels, 2 master sergeants, things like that. It goes on and on. But now the school is the best school out of the whole state.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah. So before I used to go around talking about the school, it was kind of bad. You don't want to admit that you were there. So, people would ask me like, "Oh, what school do you go to?" And I would have to go Campbell High School. But now that it's made its status and it's up there, I could now probably say I am a graduate of James Campbell High School out of Hawaii, and people will go to whoa, So, but the point of me saying that is that no matter what school you go to, I don't really think it's the school with the status that will help. I think that might be a factor, but I think more so it's more the individual and what they want to do with their life and what kind of influences they've had to make they've had to get to that decision making process. And when you talk to a lot of guys in my class, we had learned a lot of things very early on about life, and I think that's what kind of like geared us into getting into the positions that we got into. Yeah, I went deep into sugar to get my education. It was a sweet deal.
It's interesting though that you went when it was so like not a good school, or was it a good school when you went? Because
No.
I know you were the best class. Yeah, no, that's what
No, there was a lot of fights. A lot of the students were bigger than the teachers. So
that's not good. The fights don't
Let me tell you- let me tell you the reputation. I went there 2000.
she just came to visit.
2016, and I went to my workplace because I lived near the school in that area. It's called Eva Beach.
Mhm.
And then people ask you, where you from? And the moment you say Eva Beach, they're like, wow. And they'll leave you alone. They don't want to mess with you because you're the gangster.
Really?
Like, the
Oh, wow.
It's that kind of reputation, okay? That's where
so-
all the badass, mean guys are coming from. So
Not all of them.
I don't know. The moment
And also-
say, I'm from Eva Beach and I live by the school, the campus, they're like, whoa, and they never mess with me. Never.
Not all of them.
It's crazy. Yeah.
When she came, because we had moved back there in 2012 to take care of my parents, and so we did that, and Mog met a lot of neighbors that we had, and they were still the same neighbors that we had when I was growing up there. And so this is a tough neighborhood. You don't want to mess with anybody because they're still pretty much like a warrior race there. So one you say one thing bad, and you're not going to be fighting one guy. You're fighting the whole village. So it's crazy. But Steve writes, no trudging through snow and ice for Mel, but always an obstacle of some kind on the way to school.
But But either way, you know what? I make fun of you, Phil, but you are also a great listener. So don't take it too hard, okay? And I know you're a very smart guy, so.
I'm crying on the inside.
Oh yeah. I bet you. Also, I'm sure you were a good little boy, right? You were
No,
Steve,
high school.
I was
okay?
not.
Steve, I tried not to get into fights, and of course I did. I can't avoid them. But going to school and coming to school, I'd have to walk with my brothers, and they constantly got into fights, and I had to like step in to either break it up or help them out because there's just like too many people. But
You have to hop in.
not all the time. I'm just a short Filipino. You know, these Samoan and Hawaiian guys, they're kind of big. But yeah, that's what it's like. And to get to the school, we had to walk through this Kiavi forest, right? Just to get to school. Okay. Now, Kiavi is this thorn bush tree. The wood is very good for burning and barbecuing, but it has these really deep thorns that if you step on it,
I stepped on it. It punctured through my slipper.
it could go through your
It goes
whole
through
foot.
like at least 1 inch. It's like huge thorns that are so strong. Like they're like metal, but they're made of wood, and they puncture through your slipper and stabs your feet. And you're like, what the? Is that?
Yeah, so
I was shocked. I remember.
Yeah, you got to be. Yeah, so it was dangerous
So
walking to school, going through there, and then coming home, walking through there. You definitely don't want to get caught there in the dark. So if you had to stay for detention of some kind, just make sure you're home before 6.
Yeah, gosh, it was.
But yeah, but that forest is gone now. They tore it down, so nobody has to like walk through there anymore. But that's the kind of school I had to go to. All right, let's take a look around the room with what everybody has so far on their art, and we'll see if we can get a few more bids on here and get these things going. Let's start with art. Oh, well,
Okay.
we're starting with Mog again.
Okay, same thing.
Okay,
No difference.
not too much difference.
Okay, thank you.
She will get this done this month. It will be done. Well, it will be done before we go to the next con for us, which is Dallas, and that's a good one to take that to. So, but if you want to place a bid on this, it is $450. That is our regular price. It will have a background, and we'll put more stuff on there to make it worthwhile. All right, let's go to Juliet.
Oh, that's me.
Yep.
Juliet
with the Vampirella. She has got the Vampirella. And then with this Vampirella, there is a Witchblade print that will be going along with this.
Yes. Let me show the Witchblade print again.
so sexy.
Look at that.
I thought I'd do the pinups today.
What did you do the Witchblade for? Was that for anything special?
It was for the cover of my art book. It was a variant cover for my art book for San Diego this year with Comic Traders.
That's why it looks so nice.
That's why I tried.
And did you sell out of those variant covers?
I did. I might have one of my personal ones if anyone's interested. But yeah, I'm all out of.
Yeah. Are you gonna get that slabbed?
Maybe. I have so many of those like fancy, like the metal books and stuff, but they're not as cool to me as you'd think because they're just my art. So I can like look at all the mistakes and stuff. Some of them though, like the piece I did with Zerdy, the Zerdy girls, I have like a medal of that. Maybe I'll get that up because that's a fancy one. Yeah, I sold the Witchblade. Someone really wanted one, and they were like, I couldn't get one, and they collect it, and it was a whole thing.
Are you gonna go back to? You could go back to print on it.
Yeah, I could. I'd have to talk to the Comic Traders to Steve and Kelly and see.
Yeah, you just have to do something different. Maybe add something to it, so that way it's not quite the same.
Yeah, I get you.
Throw a bat in there.
There you go. I'm good at bats. I'm getting after today.
Okay, so this customer says they met at Oregon. Is it
She knows me as
Oregon. Oh yes, yes, I know who that is.
okay?
Oregon.
Okay.
He got
So
a
is it-
commission for in San Diego. He got a Emma Frost and Phoenix cover, and they were in their swimsuits, looking good together. You know.
Okay, Ilya comes back with 150 on that
Oh,
for the Vampirilla.
Yes. Oh, because it comes
Sounds
with
good.
the
Oh yeah. Okay. There you go. There you go.
thank you.
All right, let's go to Phil. Still looking for a bid of 200 on the Catwoman that will be inked with a cat bag.
Hobbs backpack. Hobbs
I think
backpack.
the cat is sitting too low.
What's going on? Is it because you have a girlfriend? Like, why are you doing cute stuff? Like, why are you happy? What?
It's a lot
What are you
cuter
talking
than-
about? How's this cute? Wait, because Keith and I did a comic strip book. So okay, the original piece, by the way, what did I do with it? I was gonna do I was gonna do this. I was gonna do this. I was gonna do Calvin, Snoopy, a little Hobbs, and Woodstock, but
Oh my god, I want that. It's so cute.
well, you're gonna have to wait. So yeah, but yeah, Catwoman 200 inked. If it reaches 350, I'll paint it. If it reaches 500, I will steal my girlfriend's lipstick and I will kiss the page near my signature. And then at 600, which this will never see, we'll never see 600. I will dress up like Catwoman. That's the deal. This
I
is
hope
never gonna
someone
happen.
does
I'm gonna be-
600.
I'm gonna be super safe.
I hope someone's really interested in it, and they skip all the
Super
other,
interested.
and they
It
do
just goes straight to
just
600.
They just want to see me in a cat. Forget the art. They just want to see me as Catwoman.
This is the start of Philip's OnlyFans.
This is
No, my
it.
OnlyFans is just gonna be feet. That's it.
Hey, that's where the market's at. Don't laugh. It's true. That's why Vampirella doesn't have any shoes on in this
It's right
picture.
there.
That's
I wonder
because
why.
people want feet.
Racial
Fair
commentaries?
enough.
Seriously?
Mog doesn't realize the mic is on. And I was responding to Rook Piece. He was saying that everyone in Mel school was Samoan. No, it was mixed. We had pretty much all the Asians in there, plus the Hawaiians, the Samoans, the Micronesians,
All the Asians.
all the
All of
Nations.
there.
Everyone.
Yeah, I don't know why, but they were all there. And then amongst all that, right, was the military guys. We had Navy, mostly Navy, Air Force, and Army. And I was actually part of the Navy group because my dad was in the Navy.
Move this again.
But yeah,
Nice.
bag. Anyway, and Mog is changing some settings here. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
No, you're fine now. Don't worry about it.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
She is. Can you hear me? Testing.
They can hear you. You're fine. I told you, Mel. You're
Yeah, we
fine.
can hear you.
You're fine. Don't worry, sweetie. It's okay.
Yeah, it looks like it froze.
Oh,
No, you're good.
Well,
though.
next week we will be back, and we will have Aaron Robluski, who's been with us earlier this year, is coming back to talk about a new project that he will be launching. So we hope that you will join us then.
cool.
And I will also be having, and this is where you want to hit your follow button, right? I'm going to have one episode where we will be talking to David Wall. If you guys know who he is. Co-creator of Witchblade.
I'll get on.
along with some other artists as well. But he'll be on the show. And Jen Leonard will probably be on that one as well, because now he's a writer at Zenoscope. And Jen gets a lot of her assignments from David. So we'll have the two of them together. Talk about their journey to in the industry.
Me and David, I just met him at
San Diego.
I showed him my portfolio, and he said he wants to work on a project with me, a Zenoscope cover. I'm not sure what it'll be yet. I have no idea, but I'm very excited.
Okay,
That's
maybe
so
we'll
cool.
have you on that show as well too.
Yeah,
That'd be great. That'd be great. Yeah. Mog,
Steve is writing, who was smaller, Micronesians or the Micronauts? Hands down, it's the Micronauts, dude. Is Mog doing a background too? Yes. This is a 450 deal where there will be a background. I'm not sure exactly what that's going to be yet.
Me neither.
Neither does she.
I have no idea. So.
Yep, David has worked with, started off with a lot of big names, out of Image, and we'll find out more about that as well. I think all the Image guys I've had on the show so far, they've all worked with him. Yeah.
Nice.
So hopefully we'll be able to get more of the older Image guys to come on as well too. Yeah. But we shall see. Now I'm thinking about, I could just limit it to that where we just have Juliet, Jen, and David. Or we can go for the Hollywood Square and have like 9 people on at the same time. We'll see. And the problem that when we do the Hollywood Square thing is it's hard to talk to everyone. And so some people get left out in the dark, but some people don't, because that's all they want to do is draw.
Yeah. 9 people in a call though. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
All right. So before we got about 11 minutes or so. Let us know where everybody can find you. What is the best way to see your projects, your work, check up on you personally if you allow that, and so forth. Let's start with Loverboy here, Phillip.
Well, my OnlyFans.
You know I missed you, right?
You missed me?
You know I missed tabling next to you.
All you got to do is call me, Mel.
You know I don't
I'm right here.
I don't just like calling.
I've always been here. Just because you refuse to see me.
How can they get to you?
Blue Sky. You can find me on Blue Sky at an artist. I'm also on Instagram, but I don't post to my feed very much. I do post stories. I'm also on Substack, and I'm trying to use Substack more often. I always need to post there, and I haven't, so I will be using that more often. And of course, if you want an actual curated portfolio, phillipginn.com is where you can find me.
Okay, and Keith.
Yeah, keithfrady.com is my author website that has a link to most of my stuff. For my socials, Instagram and Blue Sky are my 2 most used. Insta is Keith_Frady, and Blue Sky is just Keith Frady. And I've got a website for a lot of my short comics are free to read online at just theusualchoices.com. So that as well.
Go read them.
If you can put that link into the private chat, we can get that into the public comments, and everybody will have access to that. And good luck on your book at Dragon Con. Looking forward to see how that works out for you. Dragon Con is actually, I think, a good venue to put that out. because
Yeah.
I think that's the best one that you could put it out at. So good choice on that. Okay, let's go to Miss Juliet Northam here.
You can find me on Instagram is what I use mostly. Art by Juliet or Juliet Northam. It's like my on there. And then I have a website too, artbyjuliet.com. And then I also have a VGen, Art by Juliet. So that's me.
Okay.
And
Cool.
also,
Yeah, you
didn't
can
you
put
just
those
sign up for
into the,
something, Juliet? Didn't you just create another account somewhere?
I did. I just made a guy. How'd you know? I'm just kidding. He knew because we were talking about it. That was the whole thing. I made a Blue Sky. You can find Juliet on Blue Sky also. Yeah.
How is Blue Sky working for you guys? Do you guys like that?
I just got it like 2 days ago, so we'll see.
I need to use it more often. I always forget that I
I
have
use it
it.
more often.
Okay, so Blue
It's a
Sky's
mixed
been
bag.
around for a little while. What made you guys decide to get on now?
Meta sucks. Straight up.
Twitter sucks.
Meta is a toxic, horrible place, and I hope Zuckerberg continues to get sued and sued and sued and sued. And the reason why I still have Instagram is because it is still the most popular place for an artist to be, viewed for people who are on social media and don't really, I have Blue Sky as an alternative, and Blue Sky seems to be a nicer place, but it's not as popular. So,
ooh, that'd be nice.
Rook Piece.
Our Facebook feed just crashed.
So Rook Piece is asking Mog, can you do a masterpiece background where you cover the logo?
Oh my God, Rook.
I know. You give him one like that, and he wants another. Sure, Andrew. If you want to place the bid on that, sure.
Should I draw a castle? Gotta be a castle. Make it like a vampire. I'm inspired by Juliet's Vampirella. I'm gonna do like a vampiric setting.
Okay, well there you have it. There you have it, Rook. If you want to add that to your stack,
that'd be nice.
You want to add that to your Mog stack, and there it is, Mog. He's got it.
What?
There you go.
Joking.
I don't know how many pieces we're delivering to this guy. I'm losing track, but I lost track of what I was gonna say as well. Okay, I just remembered. All right, so I saw a post recently, and I said this a long time ago, and it really set me on trend and how I maneuvered through social media, and I do certain things to protect myself. I got off of social media. I didn't want to have anything to do with it, but then I got talked into getting onto Facebook, and that just snowballed into like other things. But anyway, the site that I never wanted to go back to, that I said at this time, was MySpace. Right now, MySpace says they're coming back, and they will not have the. They're not going to do as much gatekeeping as that we see now, right? So it all sounds good with all that. So now I'm thinking I'm probably going to eat my words, look into this a little bit further, and have to create a MySpace account. So my question is, have you guys seen that, and what are your thoughts on that?
I have not seen that. I know MySpace still exists.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised.
I didn't know MySpace still existed.
They're operating on a smaller scale. I think, I don't know if it's just like in certain areas.
What if your trick? It's like an AI advertisement.
I was just thinking that.
Right.
I was thinking. I've seen them.
Maybe
like
it looked legit. Of course, I'll look into it much further before I actually do sign up. I'm not going to sign up automatically and stuff.
You're all gonna.
I don't know.
For the last handful of years, MySpace has existed only. MySpace existed only for bands and musicians. It's really scaled down who they even let on the platform. Yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah, it's been really weird. And now they're coming back with a full public launch again. But 90% of the users are going to be bands and musicians because they're the only ones who have been on it for the last decade.
That's so weird.
But they were. What I saw was that they were going to open it up, And now my account on there, even though it was kind of like a personal account, it was more of a business account. And it was promoting the studio that I had at that time. And we had a lot of great success in there. And our numbers were extremely high off the chart. And so if it does come back at that, it's going to be interesting because they said they're not going to change too much of what they have now. And so your postings, and whatnot are going to have like free flow as to like how it used to be. It's not going to be as gatekeep like we see on all these other social platforms. So that's the reason why I'm bringing up. But something to look into, be aware of, and whatnot. I will definitely be looking into it because with everything that's going on now, none of this is really quite working the way how we'd like it to perform. And we're all waiting to see what can come up that will get us to more of what we want. And who knows, this might be the way. We will see. Something to see in the future. Anyway, any last words from anybody? We've got about like 3 minutes left.
No.
We got
thank you for having me on.
From Andrew, we got 150 from Ilya on the for Juliet's Vampirilla. Okay.
How does it work? The shipping and stuff, we do it, right? Not you guys. We like shipping.
Right. Okay. So yeah. So what's going to happen is after this show, we'll get all the information, and then I send that all to you. It's your responsibility to make the initial contact. Let them know how much the payment's going to be with shipping and whatever else. Once you get the payment, you go ahead and ship it out. And as I told you earlier, you don't have to finish the piece tonight, but as long as you finish it, the next day is fine. And if you can complete the transaction totally delivered within 10 days, then that's great. And if there's any issues that come up, let me know. I've been pretty good at resolving them one way or another.
I'll
try to keep everybody honest.
This won't be finished. I'm letting Ilya know. It won't be finished tonight, but I will text you tomorrow with the finished piece.
That is totally fine. Ilya's been with us for a very long time. He's used to waiting. And,
not too long.
He does not mind waiting.
Okay, good.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you abuse that now.
No, of course not. Of course not. I get on everybody. Once somebody tells me that there's an issue, I pretty much get on top of it right away and try to resolve it. Sometimes I do have to hound them, but yeah, I'll do what it takes in a very friendly way. All right, so I want to thank everybody for coming on the show today. It was great having you. Good luck to you, Philip and Keith, on your project. I hope you guys have a very successful con at Dragon Con. And Juliet, we hope to see you soon at some of the other shows that are coming down. Hopefully at one-on-ones that we just referred you to. If you do want to get into the amazing show, let me know. And if I can put in a good word for you, I will. Yeah, if you want to do that one in Las Vegas.
Yeah, totally. I'll look into that.
All right.
It'd be great.
All right.
Thank you so much for having us on. It was wonderful.
No worries. We'll see you all out there. You guys take it easy. Have a good night and enjoy the rest of the weekend.
Yes,
thanks, Mel. Thanks, Mog.